Khalsa, Waheguru Ki Fateh. In this video, I will be showing how SikhNet funnels millions of dollars from Akal Securities, profiteering off of the Trump administration's inhumane immigration policies. Now, it is a well-established fact that Yogi Bhajan's Akal Security is an unabashed profiteer, assisting ICE, that's the Immigration Customs and Enforcement Agency, under the Trump administration, with the detention and deportation of immigrants who only seek asylum in the United States. And you can see here one of these contracts between ICE and Akal Security. This relationship has been going on for more than 15 years between ICE and Akal Security, because you can see this contract is dated March 1st, 2004. Now, this is a post on Akal Security's website, which they took down just a couple weeks ago because of all the heat they're getting on this issue. It shows the detention centers that Akal Security assists ICE in guarding. Now, with the new inside info from within the Yogi Bhajan organizations, it is apparent from confidential 3HO organizational flowcharts and financial reports that all Yogi Bhajan for-profit businesses like Akal Security and all non-profit organizations like SikhNet, 3HO Foundation are in fact controlled by a 10-member board of Yogi Bhajan disciples labeled the Siri Singh Sabha Corporation. What you're looking at here is a little video of some of the profit organizations. And they are all connected with the nonprofit organizations, which you can see here in this picture that shows the legacy circle, they call it. They're in 3HO. And you can see all the different organizations: KRI, the Kundalini Research Institute, 3HO, Sikh Dharma, and then SikhNet. They're all tied together. Now, this Siri Singh Sabha Corporation board controls all these Yogi Bhajan organizations like SikhNet, 3HO, Sikh Dharma International, and businesses like Akal Security. The important thing to understand about this is that Akal Security, businesses like Akal Security within this Yogi Bhajan empire, funnel money to the nonprofits in the form of grants. These are millions of dollars that they funnel to the organizations like SikhNet, Sikh Dharma International, and 3HO. This is a flow chart of how this all works. And I'll put a link to that, this flow chart, in the description to this video. Now, through a web of legal maneuvering, Akal Security funnels millions of dollars to its Yogi Bhajan nonprofit partners. This is an email that was sent to me by an insider there at the Yogi Bhajan group, which shows the Siri Singh Sabha Corporation report to the Sangat, January through April 2014. And within that newsletter, it shows the grants that were distributed to the nonprofits. That would be like SikhNet, 3HO, Kundalini Research Institute, 3HO Europe. And these shows all the different amounts. The total is $2 million, and SikhNet got $121,000. The salaries that these people receive, $368,000. You can see it down there at the bottom. Right down there, $368,000. That's a lot of salaries. This is a little video of that entire newsletter, so you can see that it's authentic, and I didn't just make it up. As shown in the SSSC, Servicing Sub Corporation Baisakhi Report, which I'm showing you right now, January-April 2014, $2 million was funneled from Yogi Bhajan businesses like Akal Security, the Yogi Bhajan nonprofits like SikhNet and 3HO. So it's at 25 seconds into this video that you'll see this breakdown of the $2 million in grants from the Yogi Bhajan businesses like Akal to the nonprofits. Those nonprofits are like SikhNet and 3HO, of course. Now, I'm sure that in 2018, that's been like 4 years since this report, these amounts have become a lot more. Akal's profits have gone up, and they're making a lot of profit off of this deportation and detention guarding of these immigrants. Now, let's talk about Akal Security's practices and their contracts. Coastal International Security Incorporated, which is a subsidiary of Akal Security and Akal Global, even has armed personnel all around the perimeter of the White House in Washington, D.C., assisting the Trump administration in carrying out their inhumane policies. Every Sikh and Kundalini Yoga student should ask, how can the elected 10-member board of Yogi Bhajan disciples supposedly promoting peace oversee a 15,000 force of for-hire military using these mercenaries to assist the U.S. government detaining and deporting immigrants who only seek asylum from the violence of gangs in Central America? Akal Security also subcontracts with CSI Aviation, and Akal brags online how they assist CSI in the deportation of immigrants. It's under a category on Akal's website called Who We Serve, and I'll put a link to that so that you can see that. Now, here are some pictures I took off the internet, which show the deportation of immigrants, which are done by the CSI Aviation. Here's Akal's website. I mentioned before Who We Serve, and it shows CSI right there. CSI Aviation. That's one of the companies that Akal serves, they say. And this is right off their website. Again, I'll put a link to that there in the description to the video. In a December 6, 2017 article in the Huffington Post titled "For Immigration Crackdown Proponent, Deportation Mean Business," the author of the blog, Jeffrey Kaye, shows how, and I quote here, CSI subleases planes and crews from charter companies and subcontracts with security firms to provide guards for each flight. So, one of these security firms is Akal Security, which profits enormously from the deportation of immigrants and their families. Federal databases show that over the past 5 years, CSI has received more than $383 million in contracts with ICE's Detention, Compliance, and Removals Office for Air Charter Services. A 2014 Los Angeles Times story characterized CSI as the largest private contractor for ICE Air, with more than $560 million in related contracts since 2010. So ICE Air is the Immigration and Customs Immigration air fleet, if you will, that deports these immigrants who are only seeking asylum in the United States. So the contractor for ICE Air with more than $560 million in related contracts since 2010. That's a lot of money. And Akal Security, by the way, has like $1 billion in contracts with the federal government. Now, Akal Security subcontracts with Albuquerque-based CSI Aviation, which is the subject of a protest which was held on June 22nd. And I'll put the description and links to this protest in the description to this video. At the protest website, they say, "Join us as we rally and march June 22nd to hold CSI Aviation accountable." Started by Alan E. Way, a decorated colonel veteran and supporter of the Republican Party, CSI Aviation is private-owned business, mainly staffed by top-ranking military Alan E. Way, who also grants his family members positions within the company, making the Way family as a whole benefit off the backs of our relatives, making millions off of deportations. In 2010, Alan E. Way ran for governor of New Mexico on an anti-immigrant platform and wanted to bring SB 1070 to New Mexico. When confronted, CSI Aviation said they provided humanitarian services for the government. This is another quote from this march. Between 2006 and 2010, DHS, Department of Homeland Security, granted the CSI over $500 million in contracts for deportation flights and for deportation buses. June 30th marks the end of their contract with New Mexico ICE and their complicity in tearing families apart. So I read on the internet that this contract has been renewed. Often these federal contracts are just renewed every 5 years or whenever they run out. But this one with CSI has been renewed, and also the one with Akal Security. So Akal Security is actively guarding these flights and profiting off the deportation of immigrants who are coming to the United States. ICE and their complicity in tearing families apart. Although their contract is over, they must be held accountable for their actions, and because they still have ongoing contracts with DHS through the U.S. And as I mentioned, this contract has been renewed. This was from this March. Now, this is from the Santa Fe Reporter. This is a cover story, Khalsa versus Khalsa. This Corey Penn says in that article. He says, obviously the Sikh Dharma Company, this is Yogi Bhajan's organization, isn't responsible for the more controversial policies of its biggest client, the federal government. But it has proved, Akal has proved, that it is happy to carry all of these policies, these inhumane policies out. For instance, Akal guards illegal immigrants on government charter flights from Tucson, Arizona to Mexico City, working under the deportation contractor CSI Aviation Services of Albuquerque. CSI was founded by former New Mexico Republican Party Chairman Alan Way. This year, Akal Security gave Way $2,000 for his failed gubernatorial campaign. So Akal is active in politics. They want to support candidates that are going to give them these new contracts that are deporting these immigrants. Now, more information about Akal. The reviews on this Glassdoor working for Akal Security were for the most part pretty negative. Terrible management, sexist, racist, incompetent. So I'll put a link to that in the description of this video too. Now, recent developments. The National Sikh Youth Federation has even rejected Yogi Bhajan's Akal Security. This is the copy of the Twitter feed, Twitter thread, the National Sikh Youth Federation. Like I said, they've even rejected Yogi Bhajan's Akal Security defender Guru Mustak Singh of SikhNet and his spin on Akal's 15-year-long history in assisting ICE with the detention and deportation of immigrants. I've made a little video of this thread. You can see her, and I'll put a link to it there in the description of this video as well. This is the thread on Twitter. Gurmustic just does an awful job here. He's trying to defend these profiteers at Akal. And he's very worried, Gurmustic, because they get, like I said, millions of dollars from Akal Security, and they're no small amounts. He also, Gurmustic, posted a comment on one of my YouTube videos and said, "This is totally false," says about Akal Security. Well, here's all the evidence that I'm giving you. You can check the links, you can check the contracts, and you can see it's not totally false, as Gurmustic says. But like I said, they're just very worried about this whole situation because, like I said, they're right there, just a few hundred yards from Akal. They work hand in glove with Akal and get all of this money from Akal Security. Now, it is the height of hypocrisy that while Yogi Bhajan's SikhNet, 3HO, and Sikh Dharma International received millions of dollars in grants from Akal Security, for many years have profited off of the misery immigrants and their families endure at the hands of U.S. government immigration policies. Sikh Dharma's Secretary General published this letter, and you can see it here. I'll put a link to it as well. On June 20th, 2018, condemning the U.S. government for causing pain and suffering to immigrants and their children. Now, there's a comment section at the bottom of this link on the Sikh Dharma website. Please let me know if you comment, if the comment is deleted, or what happens, or if they answer it. So, Akal Security, as I mentioned, is right next door to SikhNet. And you can see these pictures of the entire compound. You can see SikhNet's blue sign there on the left, and Sikh Dharma International's little sign there on the right. I visited there about a year ago, and it was all locked up, just tight as a drum. They had fences and security all over the campus there, and I couldn't even get in to view our Sikh scriptures. Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It's just all locked up. You can see here all the this is the entire campus here. You can see here, this is Akal Security here, this building here, and they run their headquarters out of there as well. And this is the SikhNet headquarters right in here, the Gurdwara, and then all of the 3HO and Sikh Dharma International headquarters are here. So they're all right together. And like I said, they work hand in glove together. Many of the people who are on the boards, they work for Akal and vice versa. So there's a lot of connections between all of these organizations. Now, as many of you know, I was in the Yogi Bhajan group for 30 years or so. My name is Gursant Singh. And I wrote a book called Confessions of an American Sikh, where I talk about how I got out of this group and realized the truth about it. It took me many years, and I read a really good book that I recommend. It's called Sikhism and Tantric Yoga by Dr. Deportations Singh. He spent months with Yogi Bhajan. This book was a real eye-opener for me. And so I realized that a lot of the practices of Yogi Bhajan were completely against Sikhi. So write me, I'll send you a free copy of my book and the Dr. Deportations Singh's book. And write me with any questions as well. Be happy to answer them, talk to you. Thank you for your time. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.